be 1.115. Whoop. Did you like the dress? Alright guys, I got some cider today, and here it looks just like that. I don't want to drink some right now, but I'm not going to do that because I got myself some champagne yeast, and I want this to be a higher ABV, pretty dry wine. This is the second time I've done a hard cider before. So before I am going to for adding the yeast for fermentation, I'm going to pasteurize it with Camden tablets, and 3 tabs for 5 gallons or 1 tab for 1 gallon. And what it does is it kills the bacteria. It also inhibits yeast. It doesn't kill yeast, but it does inhibit it, so any wild yeast in the fermenter wild yeast will be inhibited, and I will be fine and safe. Okay, so I'm also going to add pectic enzyme, which grabs all the pectin in the fruit and clears it out. And so the Camden tablets don't really go well with the pectin enzyme, so I have to put this in 12 hours after I put the Camden tablets in. And because yeast doesn't do good with the pectin enzyme, I have to wait 12 hours after I put this in to put the yeast in. So little process, but that's okay. It's really easy. I'm not going to rehydrate the yeast. I'm just going to sprinkle it on. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to have to sanitize the pectic enzyme in a way. I am not sure yet. I have to do my research, or if I can just put it in. I know I can just put the Camden tablets in. But yeah, I'm going to then take an ABV reading, or not an ABV reading, bleh. I'm going to take a gravity reading, and I'm going to see where it's at. I kind of want to have a higher ABV cider, since I have the champagne yeast, which is high tolerant to alcohol, and it can go up to 13% ABV. So I'm going to probably add sugar, but just depends on what the gravity reading is. I'm sure it's 1050 or 1060. I think that's the average of where cider generally is. Alright, we are going to get a gravity reading. I keep saying ABV, but everything is sanitized. Just a quick little spray, ready to go. 1053, which is what I was thinking it would be. So that's what it looks like. Pour back in. So now I kind of have a decent gauge as to what I want to do for adding sugar and stuff. So I'm going to do some calculations. Alright, I'm going to put some sugar in this. I decided to pour off like around a gallon off of the apple cider, and I don't know how much I'm gonna pour in. I have 10 pounds of sugar here. Alright you guys, I'm back. So I miscalculated the amount of sugar I should have added. I poured off about a gallon of the cider, and then I went upstairs and I heated a bunch of sugar with the apple cider, and I don't know, I put like 6, 7, 8 pounds of sugar in. I was looking online, and I must have misunderstood, or just thought wrong, or did some math wrong. I don't know. I thought it wasn't going to calculate to this high, but it is going to be huge. The OG, original gravity, is 1015, so 1.115. If you don't know what that really means, that means this is probably going to be between a 14-15% apple wine now, not a cider. Ciders don't go that high. I have 2 champagne yeast packets, which should do a lot of work for me. And they eat up all the sugars. They only eat up simple sugars. And yeah, I could add some water to it. I still have some time to think. I did add my Cabden tablets to it already, and in order to make room for the sugar, I had to pour some of it off, and I did right here. And I think I'm just gonna wild yeast ferment it. I'm just gonna let the wild yeast do its thing and see how it comes out. If it's gross, I'll just pour it out. I don't really want to drink it up right now just because it's not pasteurized. Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be big. Big. Oh. Did you like the dress? Alright. Got my pectin enzyme. Whoop. There's that one. Okay. And now I gotta do 3 more of these because it calls for 3 3/4 teaspoons of that stuff. Interesting. I know. Alright, gonna do the yeast. Yay! In a cider. Yeah. But I'm also gonna put some of this in the little batch I have over there.
Did you talk about how much sugar you put in this?
Yeah, like too much. It's gonna be apple wine now. But anyways, this is open. Let's go over here real quick. I'll pour a little bit in here. Into this one. Just a tad. Maybe a tiny bit more. Just to get it going. Alright, here we go. And I might just let that sit for a little while to rehydrate and then maybe shake it up a little bit. And just get it stirred in that way. And that's that.